welcome back. It's Janelle from Infinite Potential Healing, and today we are going to talk about meditation. Yes, again, yes, still. I am always going to talk about meditation, and I'm going to talk about meditation a lot. Why? Because it's really fucking important. And almost every reading that I do, every angel card reading that I do, meditation often comes up as a theme, as a necessary action step, because so many people need it. So many people can benefit from it. Everybody can benefit from it. But meditation gets a bum rap, and I think it gets a bum rap in part because of some of the weird Hollywood portrayals of it, but also because people just don't understand it from a conceptual basis. So, I've heard a lot of my clients tell me that they can't meditate, which is bullshit, because if I can meditate, anybody can meditate, I promise. But also, they think that in meditation, the idea, the goal is to quiet their minds completely, to silence their minds completely. Y'all, it's never going to happen. As long as you are alive, as long as you are breathing in and out, as long as you are taking in air on this planet, you are always going to have thoughts. That is a fact. So the only time your mind is ever going to be quiet or silent or still is when you're dead. Probably not a great goal to have. Just saying. So instead, what we want to do is accept the fact that we are going to have thoughts, but then we want to learn how to manage them. And with that, when we're in meditation and our focus is elsewhere, our focus is on our meditation practice. Maybe it's on our physical body, maybe it's on our breath, maybe it's on noticing sensations, maybe it's following along with the words of a guided meditation. Whatever it is, our focus is not paying attention to the thoughts that are going to come up. So when those thoughts come up, we notice them and we release them, and we go right back to where our focus is in meditation. And the thoughts are going to come up again, and we're going to release them again and return our focus back to meditation. That is easier said than done, and it definitely takes practice, which is why you'll notice I almost always refer to meditation as a practice, because it is just that. And even for myself, as an exceptionally seasoned meditator, as someone who teaches meditation as part of what I do for a living, there are still times where it is more challenging for me to not pivot my focus back to my thoughts. So there are better days in meditation land and days that aren't so great in meditation land. But we want to kind of take the overall average of meditation being positive and our minds being calm. Just the idea of trying to pivot our focus away from our thoughts is taking a huge action step to bring peace and space into our lives. So when we talk about the different types of meditation, there are all different types of meditation. I'm just going to kind of list some of the more popular ones, but this is by far not an all-inclusive list. So my personal favorite type of meditation is actually a simple mindful meditation. So when I started my mindful meditation, it's really just you breathing and focusing your thoughts on your breath more, or your attention on your breath more so than those intrusive thoughts that are going to come up. So it may actually look like you just sitting quietly and narrating your breath. This is me breathing in, this is me breathing out. This is me breathing in, this is me breathing out. Over time, you will develop the ability to not have to narrate your breath to such an extent, or to be able to focus on your breath without narrating it. But I promise you that whether you are focused on your breath or actively narrating your breath, when you're doing that, it doesn't leave a whole lot of room for your thoughts to intrude. And when they do come up, again, you just notice them and shift your attention back to your area of focus. Some people refer to noticing their thoughts. They imagine their thoughts are in bubbles or balloons, and they kind of float up and then they pop and they release them. Some people like the analogy of when you are speeding down the highway, though I'm sure you, like me, never speed when you're driving. But we know that when we're driving at a certain speed down the highway, we're aware that there are signs off to the shoulder of the road. But we might not necessarily know what those signs say specifically unless we pivot our attention to focus directly on them. And so the idea of being aware that those signs are whooshing by us as we're driving down the highway is exactly what we want to do with being aware that our thoughts are there, but we're not going to pay them any attention. We're just going to let them whoosh right on by us as we focus on our breath, our physical bodies, being present right here, right now. Because the reality is, the majority of our thoughts are either going to be rooted in the past or rooted in the future. They're not about being present. Meditation helps to keep us present. Just you breathing in your body right here, right now. Another form of meditation that a lot of people have heard about or a lot of people are aware of is transcendental meditation, in which you use a very specific mantra that is usually given to you by a guru to kind of transcend your earthly circumstances. Some people find that mantric based meditation to be a little bit deeper and a little bit easier to maintain. Now, you don't have to necessarily be certified to practice transcendental meditation, and you certainly don't have to have a guru assign you a specific mantra. You can take anything and use it as a mantra. You can take a word that you really want to have more of or grow or cultivate in your life and use it as a meditation mantra simply by mentally repeating it over and over and over again. And again, the idea becomes, if you're focused on that word, that mantra, that phrase, it's really hard then to have your thoughts be your foremost focus when you're focused elsewhere. So we're kind of trying to turn down the volume on our thoughts through our meditation practice and really give our minds and our whole beings some room to breathe. You can also do guided meditations, which is when you listen to either a live meditation facilitator or through a recording. You listen to someone guide you through different relaxation steps or even on different forms of meditation journeys. Guided meditations are great because really all you have to do is follow along with that person's voice. And yeah, at some point, you may kind of mentally check out. You may even feel like you drift off. You may feel like you fall asleep. You may actually drift off or fall asleep. And that's okay, because your subconscious is still going to get what was said, and you are still going to benefit from that meditation. You are still going to benefit from quieting your mind, from stilling your body, connecting with yourself, and staying in the present. There are also moving meditations, which you can do when you're walking or running or exercising, and that's where you're focusing on the contractions and extensions of your muscles, the release of muscular tension, maybe the way that your feet are flexing and bending in your shoes, the way that the different parts of your foot are connecting with the ground. When your focus is there and you are kind of narrating that experience for yourself, again, really hard to focus on all of the thoughts that might be going on or might have been going on that hamster wheel of your mind. And there's millions of different types of moving meditations that you can do as well. You could also do eating meditations where you are really putting all of your focus into the sensations that you are experiencing as you are eating a specific food or eating a specific meal. It becomes very hard for anything else to take up that mental thought when you're kind of narrating through that and going through that. And when you do an eating meditation, especially when you do it with a meal, it also actually helps improve your digestion too. So you're kind of getting a 2-for-1 bonus there. So ideally, when you start, if you want to develop a meditation practice, you really want to meet yourself where you're at. You don't want to try to go from 0 to 100, because in doing that, it's not realistic. It makes it more challenging to fit it into your lifestyle, and you're kind of going to probably end up self-sabotaging a little bit too. So if right now you are at 0 minutes of meditation on any given day, that's okay. That's a great place to start. Meet yourself there. But meet yourself there by committing to maybe 2 or 3 minutes of meditation 2 to 3 times a week. And once you've mastered that and you're at 3 minutes of meditation 3 days a week, then you can maybe take it up a little bit more and you can try to go for 5 minutes of meditation 5 days a week. Myself, I do 20 minutes of mindful meditation every single morning without fail. That is a public service that I do for the world because I am a much nicer, much more easy to deal with person when I do my meditation practice. Those days that I maybe fall off of it a little bit, or I'm sick, or I've forgotten, or I don't get it in until later in the day, they're really challenging for everybody. So I encourage you to find where and how meditation will fit into your life. Don't take my word for it. Don't think that it has to be a one size fits all type of endeavor or situation, but commit to it. Build and grow your practice, because as you're doing that, what you're doing is you are giving yourself the gift of peace, but you are also cultivating space for direct connection with the divine, direct connection with spirit, direct connection with your intuition. And there is nothing more important, nothing more valuable than that. So happy meditating. I will see you on the other side.